Hello guys, welcome back. It's me Taz. I hope everyone is having a good day so far. Bit of a different video today, as it's not leaks or even really a showcase, but more of a walkthrough of what I've been doing recently and what is to come on the channel, I guess. Also, I guess it is kind of a showcase because if you're in the Discord server or you do talk to me on a regular, then you would know I've been getting into Blender and more modding and stuff like that. I would say thanks to Zoe for opening up this door to me, and I also should say thank you to Heaven because he's been teaching me everything I need to know to be able to do what I want and bring my ideas into an actual reality into this game. And before I do get on into more detail, I should speak on the fact that we all know and we're all aware that the modding community has been in kind of a grey area the past week or the past few days, just because I ain't gonna talk about it, but if you know, you know. But the reason I am saying this is because when it does come to mods and my future potential mods, I don't think any of them are really going to be focused on skill set mods or anything like that. It's more going to be mods that everybody can download and everybody can use for themselves if they do want to. So that is of course going to mean all of my mods or any mod in the future that you do see from me, it's not going to have any advantages on it. It's not going to have anything extra to give you an advantage in game or give you more skill than what you already don't need from Amateur, because we all know this game is practically just handing us skillless free characters that gives us wins every new season. And with all of that being said, I would like to show you what I have been up to. And again, I just want to say that this mod, it isn't anything developer level, okay? I'm not aiming for that. I'm just simply having fun. And this first quote-unquote project, it was so I can learn Blender. So some of the stuff we used was simply for jokes, and there wasn't actually much thought behind it on why we used what we did. Firstly, I would like to introduce to you Blue Kirishima, and that is the name I chose. It's just a play on name, okay? No reason for it whatsoever. I just like the name of Blue Kirishima. We're gonna go through all of the abilities, and we are gonna start off with the gamma, because mostly the gamma is the first thing I changed on this mod. Didn't know how to do it before. It was my first time learning, and we used a Mario Kart banana peel. Okay, I know it's random as fuck, but it's just cool, and the fact it was my first ever change, I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to keep this as like a remembrance to when I first ever created my own custom mod. But there isn't too much to go over on the gamma, okay? So let's just move on into the other abilities. We can actually take a quick stop to look at the model actually, because that is where most of the work has actually been done. And I just want to say a massive again thank you to Imagine No Heaven, because he did most of the custom stuff on the model. So I mean, he practically did all of this, but we did use a bunch of different stuff like Shigaraki's hair, Toga's arm sleeve, and we've also got the crazy custom mask, mouth mask, battle mask, whatever you want to call it. And we used inspiration of Oni masks to try and create this for Kirishima. I don't know about you guys, but it kind of gives me Winter Soldier vibes, especially with the hair and the mask. And maybe this is a shameless plug, but I do want to say, if you guys do want to get on into modding and you want to make stuff for yourself and your own creations, then I would heavily suggest go over to Imagine No Heaven's YouTube channel, as he is covering how to use Blender and how to make mhur mods. And it's all safe, it's all completely clean, there's no shady business going on, so you lot don't need to worry about that. But finally, moving back on into the abilities. For the beta, again, nothing changed, only the visuals of it, and I wanted to match something with the flower in his hair. So for the beta, I did use a giant rose mesh, or like a model I should call it, and it also does change color once it's charged up and everything like that. Again, works the exact same way as if Kirishima's beta would. I feel like I should have added two roses intersecting each other, just so it's a bit more centered and feels more centered, as if it was actually blocking incoming damage. And for the alpha, again, it's all the same. I just changed the after image on Strike Kirishima's alpha. I know some of you may not even know that Strike Kirishima had an after image on his alpha, and if some of you may not know what that is, an after image is a visual perception that remains after the original stimulus is removed. And for that after image, I did change it into a bunch of roses going around Kirishima, and I did think it was a cool idea because with Strike Kirishima, most of the time we're doing alpha beta tech, swinging around the map, getting around the map, and that is the only way we do really move with Strike Kiri. So I wanted him to be spinning with a bunch of roses, and then it looks like he grabs one of those roses and uses it as a shield, but it didn't come out exactly how intended. However, I do still like the way it came out, and I just need to remember that this was my first ever time learning shit, bro, and it came out a lot more better than expected, and I'm very happy with how this came out. So it is just something I wanted to show you lot, and hopefully down the line, maybe in like a couple of months, I will release another mod, and then we can compare the current mod to the first ever mod I made, and we'll be able to differentiate the skill and everything I've learned in Blender since then and back when I started. And that is it, guys. I hope you lot did enjoy my first showcase mod, or my first mod mod here. If you lot did, please, I would appreciate it if you could leave a like, comment down below what else you would like to see, as I am open to make a ton of different mods. And again, if you do want to learn, go check out Imagine No Heaven's YouTube channel, as he is going through everything on Blender and in MHUR. So hope you guys have a good rest of the day, guys. It's been Taz, and I will catch you lot in the next one. Goodbye.